tripping. Hey, what's going on, y'all? I appreciate y'all checking in, tuning in. It is 7:59, so we got a couple of seconds left before we actually kick it off, and it is now 8 o'clock. So I don't have a signal coming in to my Pro Tools, but I'm gonna keep on going. So anyway, today I wanted to talk to everyone about business, really. And so a lot of times you have a lot of people who how can I say, they want to do business, they have an idea to do business, and a lot of people a lot of times don't know exactly where to start. And when they don't know where to start, you know, that leads to a lot of frustration and things of that nature. So we're just going to dive in a little bit to what business is, having the business mind, if you have the business mind, and where to go with it. Having a malfunction with my contacts right now. But anyway, I don't want to hold you all too long. I don't want to get on here and just talk and ramble on and everything like that. But basically, what we're going to be doing is unpacking business. So a lot of you all know that I do music. And even in doing music, there's still a business side of it. And if you don't know the business side, then you're going to get burned a lot of times, and especially in music, but in any aspect of business. But it would have been very easy for me to just do a typical music podcast and just talk music all day long. But I didn't want to do that. I decided to do something where we really just talk about business and unpack business. So in this podcast, I'm going to be talking about it, but I'm also going to be bringing people on to talk about their businesses, people that I know, and then just trying to create a platform and leverage it so that everyone can benefit from it. So I don't have the biggest platform in the world, but I do have a good platform, and I'm going to use it to share knowledge. Can you hear me? All right, hold on. Can y'all hear me now? Let me know if that's better. But so I'll be interviewing other people who have businesses. We'll be talking about their businesses and continuing on with that. So the first thing I want to talk about is a lot of times we do this thing, and I'm a stickler for words. Like I love words. I love knowing what they mean. I was one of those dudes that kind of just walked around with a dictionary when I was in high school and college, because I just love words. So in order for us to really understand what business is and what, oh, you heard me from the jump. Okay, I'm gonna put my earpiece back in then. In order for us to understand what it is, we need to understand what the mind is. And the mind is the element of a person that enables them to be aware of the world and their experiences, to think and to feel. So it's basically a central processing unit. If we were computers, the mind would be the central processing unit where everything stems from. And so you have certain people who are naturally business minded. It doesn't take a lot for them to understand what to do in situations. And some people are just gifted, just like some people are gifted in music. Some people are gifted in a lot of different areas. But some people are literally naturally gifted in the area of music. Not music, but in the area of business. They know exactly what they want, they go after it, and then they just continue on moving forward. So a lot of times for those of us who don't know really what we're doing when we first start, which is a lot of people, what we do is we learn from trial and error. So in trial and error, a lot of times people think that when you make mistakes, it's a bad thing. And it's not necessarily a bad thing because you got to figure it out. Like you have to figure out music. I keep saying music. I'm so used to talking about music, but you have to figure out business. You have to figure out your next standpoint. You have to figure out where you're going to go with it. So when I was a kid, I was always one of those people that I liked stuff. I wanted stuff. You know what I mean? And so I always knew how to make money. Always knew how to make money. So I went on. And so in the neighborhood, I would go and I would just rake leaves. I'd cut grass. I'd wash people's cars. Or if I could, I'd go to work with my mom or something like that because I wanted stuff. Once I got older, you know, like 12, 13, I kind of wanted certain things that I knew that my parents weren't going to buy. So I started trying to figure out a way that I could do it. And so once I started really getting into it, I noticed what I could do raking 1 yard. It took me a couple of hours. I could probably do 2 yards in a day, and I'd probably make, I don't know, a couple of dollars or something like that. But I figured if I could get 4, 5, 6 other people, we could knock out a bunch of houses in a day, and then I could just break people off with the money like that. And so we started doing that. And so we had like a little routine where certain people would cut this person's yard. I'd cut this grass. They'd rake these leaves. We'd wash these cars. We'd all come together and do certain things. And so in that, I started buying stuff that I wanted. I remember I bought my first pair of shoes. They was ugly. They were some FUBU shoes. They were horrible. They were Nautica shoes. They were leaning and everything. Horrible. But I bought them with my hard-earned money. Plus, I was getting like $10 to $20 a week from church. And so I had the mentality to go after it and get what I wanted, which were things that I really wanted in life at the time, which were all tangible things. But I had the mindset to know what it was that I needed to do. So the first time that I cut somebody's grass, I remember I charged them $5. And when I got done, I was mad. I was very upset when I got the $5. At first, I was like, oh, $5, that's cool. So like at 10 years old, you're like, oh yeah, $5, that's a lot of money. But then after you've cut someone's grass for 30, 45 minutes or an hour, and all your friends are done playing, and you've only made $5, now you're looking at it like that really wasn't worth it. So that's where my trial and error came in, just doing certain things. Okay, well, I'll wash your car, and I'll charge you this much. And I remember I let an old man in the neighborhood, he got me. He said, you don't tell someone the price, you let them give you a price. And so me being a younger person at the time and listening to this man who was in his 70s, I'm thinking he's giving me advice, and he was really hustling me. And so I didn't know that was my first time being hustled. I was maybe 11 years old. I might have been 11. And he hustled me. I think I washed his car. I remember it was a Toyota Camry. Had to be like a 96 or something like that. But it was a Toyota Camry. It was under the underpass in the cul-de-sac. I washed the car, and he gave me $2. And I remember being upset about it. And he would ask me when I was going to wash his car again. And I'm not washing your car again. If you're going to give me $2, I'm not going to do it. So you got to continue going on and doing certain things and just learning. It's always a learning process, man. Like, if you feel that you can't learn any more than where you are, if you feel like you just can't learn anymore where you're at, then you're already behind the curve. You're already losing. You're already damaging what it is that you're trying to do. So in that, you have to be willing to learn. You always have to be a student. It doesn't matter if you are necessary, if you're a teacher or whatever the case is, you have to be a student of business. I've met a lot of people who were more versed than I am in certain aspects, but because I still feel like I have something to bring to the table, they refused to listen to what I had to say because they felt that they were further along than I was. And so in that, you're going to come across people like that. And then again, you're going to come across people like the elderly man that gave me $2 for washing his car. There are always going to be people trying to hustle you. And so this is where your business mind has to kick in. A lot of times we have a mind for family, friends, and then we have a mind for business. And a lot of times that mind for family and friends can cloud your mind of business. And so what I mean by that is people who know me personally. They know that I have a heart to help people. I love helping people. If I can give you anything, I'll give you anything off my back. If you call me and say, hey, bro, I really got this thing that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put this song out, but I don't have the money for it. I really don't have it right now. People know that I'll be like, hey, bro, I got you, man. Just go ahead and send it through. And in the end, I'll do it. It may be a lot of work, but that's just me. I like helping people. But in that still clouds my judgment in business in general. Because if I bend the rules for this one instance, then that person is automatically going to think in their mind, okay, well, the next time I don't have money, or the next time I don't have X amount, then I already know I can go to Jason and give him this story, and he's going to help me out. And me being the type of person I am, I'll still do it. Or someone will say, hey, bro, like, man, look, I only got this amount. And I'll be like, all right, man, I got you, bro. I got you. But then on the flip side, I know that they'll pay someone else top dollar of what they're asking. So that's why you have to have your business mind on at all times when you're conducting business, whether that's with friends, whether that's with family, or whether that's with people you don't know. You got to have your business mind on. And so what is your business mind? Your business mind is your mind that's already made up. It doesn't matter how much you talk or how blue you are in the face when you're talking to someone at the grocery store. If you go up to the register with a cart full of groceries and your bill comes up to $250, I don't care how much you say, look, bro, I only got $80. I only got $80. They're going to say, well, you need to put some stuff back. I can't do nothing. Like, you got $250 worth of groceries, but you only got $80. I can't help you with that. Well, let me see if I got a coupon. If you come into someone who may try to help you, they may say, well, let me see. I may have a little rebate here or a coupon, but it's still not going to make everything here worth $80. And then you, man, I'm trying to feed my family. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. Bro, you only got $80. I can't help you. Just get $80 worth of stuff. Just get the $80 worth of stuff. But this $250 worth of stuff, you can't get that. Man, you my cousin though, and you just started working here. I really need to hook up because I know you my cousin, but I can't bend the rules. So here's the thing. We will hold a business that we work for, someone else, to a higher standard more than what we do for ourselves. Now, if that's not backwards, I don't know what is. So you're not willing to bend the rules for someone you don't know, someone who does not care about you, someone who doesn't even cut your check, someone who doesn't even sign your check every 2 weeks. Someone else does that. But you're like, nah, man, I can't give you this because I'm going to lose my job if I bend the rules on this and give you $250 worth of groceries for the $80 that you got. So when it comes to your own business, you're like, oh, well, I can be a little more lenient. And then the next thing you know, you got a bill due. You got this due. And you're thinking, bro, like, dang, why am I missing so much money? Why am I doing so much? It's because you've allowed your emotion to get in the way of your business. Now, there are times where you can be thoughtful in certain things. But if you're always giving everything away, then you don't have a business. If you're giving everything away, all your time, all your gifting, all your talent, and you're not getting anything in return, you don't have a business. That's not what a business is. A business recoups money. It involves money. It involves the exchange of something. In business, if you have something that I need and I have something that you need, we don't have to swap money. We have to swap services. That way we're both getting something in return. That's business. But if I'm giving you something and I'm not getting anything in return, that is not a business. And that's the problem a lot of times with us, is that we start a business and we have these ideas and we want to do well and we want everything to go great. And then we get into this whole role of making this mistake of just trying to help everybody. And if you're like me, you want to help everybody. I wish I could help everybody, but I can't. So I help the people that I can, and I have to learn how to use my discernment and my judgment on who I help. You know what I mean? But I can't help everybody, because at the end of the day, most people around my age or whatever, got families, got bills, you got a whole bunch of stuff going on. And in that, I know for a fact, I'm not going away from my home, from my family, from my wife and my daughter, and leaving them for hours and then coming back saying that I went to work and then I come back with nothing. I can't do that. I can't even explain that to my wife properly. And then I can't even look my daughter in her face and tell her that. She wouldn't understand, but it's the principle of it. So in your mind, you have to come into this thing knowing for a fact that some people are going to rock with you and some people aren't. That's just the nature of the beast. Down the street, there is McDonald's, Hardee's, and Burger King. And then around the corner, there's Wendy's. They all essentially do the same thing, but they all have their customers. And you got to understand it and be okay with that. Like, truthfully, the majority of the people that you know are not going to support your business. You have to find out who your audience is. You got to find out who you got to target, your demographics. You got to learn all of that stuff. And you got to really look at reports. You got to really pay attention to that. You know what I mean? And so even in that, a lot of times we want stuff to come out of what we do, but we're not even willing to put back in or invest. And so what I mean by that is we live in a social networking world right now. Everything is built digitally. Everything centers around Facebook, Instagram, Amazon, Etsy, eBay, all of that stuff. You have all of these different avenues. And you're not the only one that has access to these sites. There are millions more who have access to these sites and who do the same thing that you do. So what separates you from the rest? It's not even necessarily what separates you from the rest. A lot of times people feel like they have to be better than everybody else. Sometimes you do. You really do. You know what I mean? But what you have to do is, what is it that you're better at? See, if I start a restaurant, I'm not expecting to be the best burger place, preparer of chicken, preparer of seafood, preparer of Italian dishes, all of that in the city. I'm not expecting that. I have this one dish that I know people are coming here for. I have other dishes if you so choose to get that, but this is my dish. This is what I do. This is what we're going to do. We're going to put this here, and the people that want this, they're going to come after it. They're going to come and get it. Exactly. You got to find your niche. That's it. That's in any business. That's in music. That's in landscaping. That's in marketing. That's in construction. That's everything. What is your niche? Like, I was a project manager, and I love estimating. My wife knows I love numbers. I love working with numbers. So when I was estimating, I'm not that great of an estimator when it comes to roofing. I'm not that good at it. It takes me a long time to figure out what it is I'm looking at. But if you put some plans in front of me and say, hey, I need you to get me the demo of this. I need T-bar ceiling. I need painting. I need flooring. And I need drywall. Can you do this for me? Absolutely. Give it to me. That's my niche. Hey, can you do the ductile work on here? Absolutely not. You're going to need to give that to someone else. But I thought you were an estimator. I am, but I estimate this and this. I don't do that. Well, then you're not a real estimator. Okay, well, you're not a real customer to me. I'm sorry, but that's just the way that it is. So you have to have tough skin when it comes to business and actually doing business, because if you don't, you got to get used to hearing no. You got to get used to people being mad at you. You got to get used to people being upset with you. You got to get used to losing customers. I've lost a bunch of customers. And at the end of the day, it didn't stop me from doing what it is that I do. If you get emotional over losing one customer, then you're probably not meant for business yet. I'm not going to say that you're not meant for business, but you may not be meant for business yet, because there's still so much that you have to learn. There are going to be certain things that you do that just bother everybody that's supporting what it is that you do. That's the fact. Okay? So, for those of you who think that business is, oh, I started my business, I got my business license, I got this, I got all the tools I need to do, and now business is going to be booming. Remember, we live in a social media world. We live in a digital world where everyone has access to everything else. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, then you can't expect to see a whole bunch. You would have to be like the best at everything, the most well-known person, in order to get business to be jumping without investing in yourself. So I don't care if you say, okay, look, I made, it was a rough week. I made $10. Okay. You could take that $10 and sit it in the bank and hope that you make more next week. Or you could take that 10, split it in half, put 5 in the bank, and take the other 5 and put it in towards marketing, ads, promotions, so on and so forth. A lot of people may laugh and be like, oh, you spent $5, what'd you get? What did that do for you? And be like, oh, well, I mean, it converted. It made, I got like 3 new followers on Instagram and I got a sale. That's it. You spent $5 and you got a sale and you got 3 new followers on Instagram. That's it. From the outside looking in, that sounds bad. But you just got 3 new followers and a sale, which means that one person that came bought something. 2 other people are interested in what it is that you offer. So now you have the ability to turn those other 2 into customers because you've already converted one. That one, you have the ability to retain them as a recurring customer. Now, what it is that you could do to make sure that you keep that customer is send them an email. Thank you for purchasing. And you know what? Here's 10% on your next purchase. 10% don't sound like a lot, but it's giving something away for free and you're not losing anything. You're not saying, oh, you know what? You just spent $20. I'm going to give you 10 back. No, I'm giving you 10% back off of your purchase. It's wording. It's the way that you talk. That's all it is. Okay? So, off of that $5, your product is $20. Okay? Let's say you got a shirt and your shirt's selling for $25. 3 people liked the page. 1 person bought the shirt and the other 2 people potentially want the shirt. They just may not have the $25 right now. Okay. So your $5 just brought you in $25 more dollars, plus a new customer, plus 2 potentials. So you start working these numbers. Okay, well, if 5 got me $25, it got me 1 sale. Okay, I just made $25. Let me take 15 of that. I'm going to put 10 in the bank. Now I'm saving up 15 from my previous 5. Now I can put 15 towards this. And then it should get me 3 new customers and 9 follows. Now, what that does is 3 new customers, if you get those 3 new customers, now you've made $75 and potentially more. And you send out that coupon to them as well. Hey, here's 10%. Or if you're feeling lenient, hey, man, here's 20% off. Boom. You made $75. Okay. This time, I'm going to put 25 and I'm going to put 50 in the bank. 25, and you just keep doing it. And then you roll out a new product. Now, every time someone purchases, you get an email. You get an email. Everything is there. Boom. Now, sometimes when you invest, it's not about making the money right then. Sometimes it's about building awareness. So you want to continue to grow your pages. So if you have a business page on Instagram or Facebook, sometimes you just want to build your pages to get a big group or a wider variety of people. You do that. You're like, okay, well, I spent $20. That brought in 80 new follows. Okay, that looks good. Those 80 new follows look good. It didn't bring in any money, but it brought in 80 follows, which means 80 people are interested in what it is that I have to offer. Now, off of my numbers that I've been doing over just years and years, it's up to about 10% of the people that follow you will support you. So if we cap it off at 10%, if you have 80 people who just followed you, plus the ones that were already there, then you potentially have up to 8 customers. So focus on getting as many as you can out of the 80, but if you can land 8 customers out of 80 people that liked your page, and your product is $25, you're doing pretty well. You can roll it out. Boom. Here's another coupon. Here's another coupon. Here's another coupon to all your returning customers. Or if you just want to get customers, hey, here's 25% off on your first purchase. Boom, you're doing it. They're like, man, they're giving deals. Okay, this person over here is doing the same thing that they're doing, but they're giving me a deal, and I'm a first-time customer. Like, I really like that. And you know what goes a long way? Thank you for buying my product. Not like just some generic. If you can do that, like, yeah, that's cool. But if you're just starting out, if you got 1 order coming in a week, 5 orders coming in a week, you can send a custom email yourself. You don't have to have an automated email. Even if you got 15 or 20, you can still send those emails yourself. You can just customize it and replace the name if you want to. But what I'm saying is, how you are as a person, you still have to have character. You still have to be personable with people. Like, people, that goes a long way with people. When I'm talking to people about certain things, a lot of times what keeps me having business is the fact that when I see people say, hey, man, I need an engineer. Hey, can anybody do that? And I look on the post, I see a bunch of people, and they're like, hey, I sent you a DM. Yeah, man, this is what I did. This is what I did. I did this. I worked it. I did this. And I come at the person, I'm like, hey, man, I would love to hear more about what it is that you're trying to, what you need done. What is it that you're looking for? Have you already found an engineer? If not, I would love to hear what it is. You know what? Would you mind sending me an MP3 of what you have so I can listen to it and see what's going on? And they're like, oh, yeah, man, I'll send it to you right now. What's your email? Boom. Okay. Hey, and this literally happens every time I do it. Man, what is your price? And I say right now, you know, because of COVID-19 and everything, what's going on, I'm cutting everyone deals. I'm saying, hey, what is it that you can afford? Because most people aren't working. Man, that's great, man. Like, you're able to do that? Yeah, I am. And it's fine. I don't mind because I love what I do. And they're like, oh, okay. Well, I have 3 songs that I'm trying. And then boom, there goes a whole different conversation just off the fact of me speaking to someone as if they're a person and not a dollar sign. What's too much of a discount, you think? Honestly, I don't think there's too much of a discount, especially if they're a brand new customer. Like, if you're not losing anything, you're still making money. Like, you still want to make profit. That's how I look at everything. As long as you're making a profit, you're not going in the red. As long as you're making a profit, you're good. You know what I mean? Now, I wouldn't say, yeah, off your first order, you know, dude, we got a 75%. I wouldn't say that. But, you know what I mean? I may do something like 50. Do you think some discounts make your brand look cheap? It can. It can. Depending on the way that you do it. Like, I've seen some people do certain things where they look desperate. And I've seen other people do the same things and they don't look desperate. You know, okay, put it this way. I got a discount going because right now, let's say, figuratively speaking, I got some bills that need to be paid and I'm broke right now. So what I'll do is I'll say, hey, I'm selling all of my beats for $5. People are going to be like, what? What are you talking about? Why $5? I'll listen, but I don't know if I really want no $5 beats. And so when they listen, they can be the coldest beats in the world. But already they're thinking this is a $5 beat. I'm not going to like anything out of this 300 that he sent me. Or I can say, hey, look, same situation. I'm broke. I don't have no money and I got bills that need to be paid. So I'll word it like this. For today only, these beats are going for $15. Order in the next 24 hours, and you can get one of these beats for $15. After that, they're going back up to $150. It's all about the wording, man. Like, have you ever looked in Walmart? They'd be like, rollback price. And then you look at it and people see the big smiley face and they're like, oh, this is a good deal. I've seen it so many times. The rollback price is actually more than the original. It's all about the wording. It's all about how it looks. It's all about how it's said and how it's received. So yeah, it can make you look cheap if you make yourself look cheap. But if you present it in a way where everybody's like, oh man, like his prices are normally $300 for a beat, but he letting them go for $20. Like, yeah, let me go ahead and check these out. Yeah, this do sound like a $300 beat. And it really don't. It really doesn't. But it plays with people's minds. And so that's all business is. I'm not saying it's mind games, but it's all about telling people what they want to hear. Why do you go see movies? Or we used to. Why do you want to go see a movie? Because it looks appealing to you. It's not that they're playing a mind game with you. It's just that they know what to say to get you intrigued on what it is that you like. Why do you like shrimp? Why do you like seafood? Why do you like hamburgers? Because you like the way that it tastes when you tried it, and then they know how to market it to you. So, but if you get on there, like honestly, for me, I remember when McDonald's used to do those like 29-cent burgers on Wednesdays or something. Bro, I never tried one of them. I don't have a desire to try no 30-cent burger. I don't. I am exquisite. I like mine 99 cents. Okay? That's as low as I'm going when it comes to hamburgers. But I don't want to try no 29-cent. Just like if you selling your t-shirt for $2, I'm going to think, who wore it? Why did they return it? Why are you selling it for $2? Your other shirts are $25. Why are you selling this one for $2? So it's all about it, man. It's marketing, man. And that's the thing in business. Like, you got to know what it is that you're trying to do. If you don't know what you're trying to accomplish in business, then you're just going to be banging your head up against the wall the whole time and you're not going to get anywhere. That's the sad thing, man. Like, and it's so many people who want to do business and don't know. And then they're around people who have business knowledge and won't give it to them because, I learned it, so you got to learn it too. That's not what this platform is for. This platform here is to share information, not from me. I don't have all the answers. But the answers that I do have, I don't mind giving them away. So if you have a business and you would like to be a part of the podcast and talk to people and everything and share some of your tips, please reach out to me and let me know so that way we can schedule you and get you on and then we can make some things happen. That's what this whole platform is, just to talk to people about business, get people acclimated with business, people who are just starting, people who are already in it and just need a refresher. And sometimes just being around other people who are creative that way in your mind, it helps to jar some stuff and get you going where you're like, you know what, I'm ready to pick this thing back up again. So y'all reach out to me. Email is 1216ent@gmail.com, or send me a message or whatever. If you like this, share it, and it'll be up, I believe, tomorrow on all podcasting links or sites. So I'll have that link for you all as well. So I thank everyone for tuning in. I don't want to keep talking. I could go on and on and on about this stuff because I get excited when I'm talking about business and music and everything. But until next time, I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you got any questions or if you got some ideas that you want to hear, some topics that you want talked about and want to learn about, please feel free. A lot of times people get on here and they talk about stuff that they want to talk about, and the other people on the other end are like, bro, I know this already. I want to know about this. So if that's where you are and you just want to know about certain things, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know so I can map out the next podcast in a direction where it's going to be beneficial to you listening and not just me talking. So thank y'all, and I'll talk to y'all again.